I am out of breath. Some of you could have taken my breath away. Someone's took your breath away. Hopefully not. Oh, okay. I don't know if this took my breast away. I don't know if any of you had surgery or anything like that. But I am hearing like I'm out of breath. I seem to be like always like very busy, in and out, running around, blah, 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 out of breath. Okay. Or the name Beth. Okay. Or Bethlehem. Something to do with around Jesus. Could be like a Piscean, maybe. Or like you just took my breath away, like like a shock, like some kind of like shock to the system, whether it be a good one or a not something around a Pisces or a left path 3, but like a shock to the system, something that's either good or something that's very bad. I really can't tell. You could have something to do with maybe a life path 2, a life path, a life path 2 or Libra. In my esoteric head, I'm kind of seeing like a tower that is of like a shock to the system. It might be like finding something out, like it might not be happening to you, but like I've just found out some very tragic news, or I've just found something out and it's a tragedy. Right? But like I don't know, because I'm hearing that is a shock. It just took my breath away. Like I can't believe it. Like I'm gobsmacked. Now it's either like I'm very impressed, or someone's just took my breath away and I'm kind of like, or there's an energy of like, I won't hold your breath. So it might be where someone's kind of like, no way, Jose, like I don't even hold your breath. Right? So I really don't know, unless someone's saying, like, don't even bother holding your breast. I don't know what that's for. Chicken. Could be eating a lot of chicken and swine, especially if you're on a... My clothes are really... These are getting really baggy, my clothes. But yeah, carnivore diet. Yeah, so chicken, you could be eating chicken. You could be on a carnivore diet. It could just be like an all-meat diet. Okay, some of you might be pounding the meat. Like I said before in the other readings, the best meat that you can ever get is a little expensive. Vagina, all day long. Vagina is definitely the best meat that you can get. It's very tasty. It's very difficult to come by, especially if it's higher class. Like this upper class meat, it's more expensive than lamb. Okay, lamb is very expensive, but vagina is definitely right up there in the bracket of like how much meat is costing. Okay, it's much cheaper than sausage. Sausage is kind of like one of those where like, sausage, you know, it's kind of cheap meat. Vagina, very fucking expensive, right? Very expensive. So you might be like looking at higher class kind of items, stuff like that. Some could have quite a lot of money, Jenny. Okay, if they got a lot of money, they could be eating vagina, they could be eating all kinds of stuff here. So, where is this going? What am I eating? Who am I meeting? Ooh, hold on a minute. What we got? Where are your channeled stuff? Who is it that I'm meeting? Somebody wants to eat someone's pussy. I'm just saying. Now, it might be a Leo or an Aquarian, but like someone's kind of like, I would eat that for dinner. So it's like the big bad wolf. Okay, so it could be Leo. But if that is, for me, it's an Aquarian placement as well, because I deal in numerology. And if you don't know that, man, I've got to get on my kick. Okay. So let's see where your messages are going. Lost. Virgo life path 9 here. I'm a little bit confused and I'm a little bit lost. Now, the trouble is, Aquarius, I've done your reading today on Patreon. It's there now. Okay. And it was very indecisive. I think I called it that. It's really indecisive. But it was around 2 or around a Libra. And it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like, yeah, no, but kind of maybe, sort of, no, maybe, slow, kind of, no. And just missing the whole point. But some of it was coming up that this was an ex that was feeling that way. Okay. Like discombobulated. I can't seem to put my words together. I can't seem to figure, like, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel very disoriented, as if I've just been knocked out, or like unconscious, or I've just come round from something, or like I'm just getting over the flu, or I'm just getting over a breakup, or something. I mean, surely people can move on from their past just like that, right? But like, I'm hearing like a shock, something like that. Now, Frankenstein trying to bring someone back to life. I mean, is it a lifeguard? A lifeguard? Like in the sea, okay? Like, I don't know, is it, what's her name, with huge knockers? What is her name? Pamela Anderson. So Anderson's, Pamela Anderson. Shock to the system. A shock to my sister. Okay, so some of you might get, if you've got like brothers or sisters or anything like that, there may be some kind of like grieving or an experience that a brother or a sister is kind of going through. and it's a right shock to the system. Like I just found out something about like a family member passing, or I don't know, something like that, and it's shocking. Like it's shocking news. Now, if this news doesn't come up, see, like, is it on the news? Like, is it physically on the news, on the television news? Because I'm hearing this news that you find out, or about someone's nose, that they're taking drugs. Shock the fact that I've just found out that they've been, or something about someone's nose. It's a shock. But I keep hearing this news, so that means like newsflash. Newsflash. It might be Ren. Any of you heard Ren yet? Okay, I was actually listening to Ren way before he actually was like really big on all of this YouTube stuff, because he's from around this area. I think it's Liverpool or Manchester. Manchester Leeds, I think, is it, from Ren? But yeah, have you seen Ren, where he gets wheeled in with a pig's mask on, and then he sits there and he plays the but yeah, newsflash, I am the dawn of creation. Dawn, the name Dawn. I am the dawn of creation. So something to do with Beelzebub. So that's the part when he was talking about the devil and about multiple personality disorder. Like, that's where this indecisive energy could come from. Someone suffers through like multiple personality disorder. Like, yeah, no, kind of like 1 minute they're this and the next minute they're that. Like Natalie, but like Batman and fucking Robin, and like I don't know, like just very sporadically okay and then not okay. And like, so I'm picking up like a multiple personality disorder of like confusion, like very indecisive. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, because I'm hearing I am the dawn of creation. That was it, and it was to do with Ren. And Ren was talking about, well, singing. He'd done a rap singing thing, right? And in that, it was the dawn of creation, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, if you want to kill you, then you have to kill me, right? Which is like he was fighting against his own demons of Lyme's disease. And then he was also going through like depression and God knows what else. And like it was like schizophrenia type sort of paranoid delusions and God knows what else that was coming through a mental illness. So it feels like that they're saying that there could be like this Jackie or Jackal, or like a Jekyll and Hyde type sort of 1 minute I'm like, fucking tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be this, and I come out of the smoke. Is it London? But like, I don't know, you probably got it. When I'm explaining British kind of television, you probably won't know. Okay, so there was this, tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Jarvis Cocker. Could be Cockfrost. Okay, but tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Jarvis Cocker. And they would come out the smoke and they would be dressed like Jarvis Cocker. God knows who it is. And they would sing like Jarvis Cocker, right? And it was a television show. So the smoke. So I'm hearing the old smoke. Something to do around London. Okay. Something like that. And I'm shocked. Shocked to the heart, 'cause you're to blame, darling. You give love a bad name. You broke my heart and you play your game. Michael Douglas. Someone's knocking at your door. Jim Morrison. Jim? Paul McCartney? Paul Pisces? Oh, I don't know. Let's just get on with you. If you get bored with me doing that, that's how channeling works. I have to figure it out. Okay. So let's see where it's going, just to try and break those messages down for you before I just do your reading. Okay. A shock. A good or a bad one? Don't know. Good or the bad or the ugly? 3. Piscean, maybe. Not saying anybody's ugly. Saying the good and the bad. Libra is in this reading somewhere. Or a life path 2. Are they good or are they bad? Is it good or is it bad news? It's kind of like waiting on some sort of like news. Because it feels like a hospital. Like I'm having to wait in a hospital. And I don't know whether it's good news or bad news. Because it's kind of like I hear about something that comes up for you. Unless it already has. And I hear about something and I'm waiting. Okay, like Life Path 7 Cancerian. And I'm waiting on, like in a waiting room is a vision that I'm getting. Like, and I'm sitting in a waiting room and I'm kind of sitting there, like waiting for some news around a hospital or a doctor or something like that, okay? And I'm waiting on this news to find out what it is that's happened to someone, okay? So that good or bad news is kind of what someone is waiting on, like some sort of like immediate results that they want or something, and I need to find out, and I'm waiting to see if it's good news or bad news, and it is something like that. Right? So it could be like hospital or doctor kind of related, but it could be relative is what I'm hearing, like relative, meaning that it could well not be you, it's just a relative, okay, a relative or a friend, who knows. So there you go, there's a prediction. Let's see what you've got coming up for your reading. So this is the next 48 hours for Aquarian. Please make sure you smash that like button if you're still here. Hit the like button, just hit it once, right? But just smash that like button. Leave me a comment, please. It really does help out. Make sure you watch the video in its entirety and not to click off. If you do, the algorithm goes down, okay? So try and remain like that as long as you can, okay? I'll tell you about everything else towards the end. So let's see, Aquarius, next 48 hours, please. Aquarius, you can watch this as a Leo or an Aquarian or Life Path 8, because I deal in numerology. So I'm watching, okay, and I'm listening very carefully to what it is that you say, Lee, Laura, Lucy, Lucifer. But I'm watching, but I can't say anything. I mean, is this person mute or been muted? Is it click? But like muted, okay. So like, why am I hearing deaf mute? Deaf, Steph, my name's Jeff or Steph. Deaf, Steph, Jeff. This come up in 3 other readings. Okay, like I'm watching, but I'm waiting to find something out. Does this person have the courage to speak up? Is it you or is it the other person? Is it an ex that's maybe spying on someone to try and find out news? Like, I need to find out news without asking it. So the only way anybody can ever find out any news about what's going on with someone is to watch tarot card readings, basically. Is to spy on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, whichever way around it is. I'm keeping a very close eye on what you're doing and what you're saying, okay? And then I'm keeping a close eye on what and not realising what I'm actually not saying, you know? So now when I do these readings, if you've gone through breakups, split ups, or anything like kind of devastation or Devi or Stevie or Evie or Devie or Stevie, but like if you have gone through anything, this whole reading may not relate to you, Maynard, Maney, Melissa, Maria, Ems, okay, E's and M's, but it could relate to the other person, okay. That's why people are very curious when they watch tarot. What's the other person going through without me? Are they struggling? Right? So, let's see. Aquarius. What's going on with Aquarius for the next 48 hours for Aquarius, please? So you got Harry Potter's dick. You could be, I've actually got it, actually. Not Harry Potter. I haven't. We're not equal. I've gone through this before with everybody. How many of you women out there have got a dick? So you all need one, right? At some point, someone could be gagging for it and thinks, I really need some cock. Okay. So you might be pounding some sausage here. But, okay, this is someone that's just very creative. They just come up with all kinds of creative ideas. Like, I've got an idea. Why don't we do this? I've got an idea. Why don't we, you know? Okay, so, but this is also Hogwarts Legacy for any of you guys out there that are kind of like got a PS5. Have you seen it? Man, it's like playing a movie, that Hogwarts Legacy. Okay. I am a bit of a computer nerd, bruv. I do like my PlayStation 5 now and again. I can only roughly play them for about half an hour to maybe an hour before I'm fed up and I've got to ADHD my way into playing music and doing some work. But I do like to take like the occasional half hour just to play a game. Not with people. No. The games I play are on an actual console. Here. So, Aquarius, you've got speaking. It's here. It's just waiting for someone to say something here. It's just like I'm just like a dog without a bone, really. Phone bone? Someone could have a boner on the phone. That came up in another reading. This is definitely a boner on the phone. Like when I hear your voice, it gives me a boner. You know, I mean, fuck me, you know. But like when I hear your voice or when I see you, it kind of like, I mean, it doesn't have to be phallic. It doesn't have to be a boner if any of you guys out there are frigid. But what I'm saying to you is that this is just like someone that's very passionate, very fiery. Okay. If any of you, because I did put my chart up on it and I had to take it down because you couldn't see it. Why am I also fiery in nature? Because I have 3 placements of Aries. Me, I'm just like, I'm a go-getter. Aries are very much confident. If you'll see Aries and you know good Aries, they're confident. So they're very fiery, okay? So it's kind of like this, an idea. I've got a very good idea, okay? So it's like pitching an idea to someone, okay? Could be Pitchley, could be Dave, right, Dave? Could be into Wing Chun. This person could also, I used to do Wing Chun with Pitch, but you were a prick, right, Pitch? Pisces. Never mind, never did find out whether those guys were actually spying and stalking the shit out of my YouTube channel years ago. But his name's coming up, and he did Wing Chun, and I did it with him for a while, actually. Very good. So it could be Chinese or something like that. China in your hands. I've got China in your hands. Chai seeds, poppy seeds. Some of you could be smoking the old Haran. Excuse me. Poppy seeds. Let's see. I did used to take them back in the day. Good old poppy seed. If you melt that down into a liquid. Anyway, let's carry on. Aquarius, what they got coming up next 48? So, oh, Jesus. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Nobody ever loved me like she does, babe. Ooh, she does, babe. Ooh, she does me. Ooh, she does me too. Does she love me? Does she love me not? Pisces. She loves me, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves me, yeah, yeah, yeah. He loves me, yeah, 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 yeah. Could be listening to Paul McCartney or the Beatles. I don't know. Unless that's John and he's watching. Ring my bell, John. Go on, send me an email. We know that you're still alive. There was a conspiracy that John had passed on. I think he was just in the same kind of aspect as what I was. People are fucking strange like Jim Morrison, and don't they just get on your fucking nerves? Okay? With all the complaints that they make constantly all the time. Right, John? So I get it, bruv. I get it. If you're still out there, nanu, pick up the telephone crew. But yeah, like I said, this is either you or the other person. Not happy. Okay? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Right? So this is like, I miss you like crazy. I miss you like crazy, or I misused you like crazy. Someone could have used someone. You're like, well, I feel used and abused and also bruised and battered like a fish. Bruised and battered like a fish. Battering ram on. Give your heart to somebody soon, right away. Right away, ba 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 ba, Ramon. Give your heart to somebody soon, right away. So you got the Queen of Wands. This is just a little hiccup, okay? It's not much. It's easily accomplished. It's just, I think, there are single people here within this energy now that have realised, and they've come to the realisation, and coming to the realisation that it's over. Okay, like Jim Morrison, when the war is over. Okay, so as soon as it's over, I can now, and I can get over it, okay, I can now start moving on with my life and feeling good. But this is probably someone that's like, I can't believe you feel so good without me. Why can a person not feel good without the other person? Not relying on them, not needing them. Trust me, I feel great. Okay, I feel brilliant. What does that normally mean? Freedom. Freedom to do what I want, say what I want, work when I want, be with whoever I want, have a new connection. do whatever I like, okay, because it's freedom, okay, it's freedom, okay. So some people are kind of like, yeah, but I want to go back into those bad. No, you don't. No, you don't want to go back into the bad situations, okay. Sometimes it's coming to the into the, you know, getting it into one's mind that, you know, I either continue to feel good or I go back and feel bad. It's kind of like hot, middle, like what is it, top, middle or bottom, or cold, hot, you know, colder, Alden, Amanda, like warmer, okay. So it might be wanting to go somewhere warm where it's cold, but like, it's kind of like, you know, which energy do I go towards? The person that's very cold, okay, or do I go towards a person that's really loving and very caring and very charismatic? And it's going to always be the same as the King of Wands, okay, very charismatic, very fiery, okay. Let's see. So the next 48 hours for Aquarius, please. So Two of Wands, you see, this is where this indecisive energy came from here. Someone can't make up their mind between the future or the past. Some of you, you're kind of like, well, I've got too many options and I can't think about the future or the past. But here, you could be single here and no one's making a full commitment of like, no one's like really, say if you're single, right, and you're kind of like talking to someone or talking to someone else and nobody's really giving any signals, then it's kind of like, well, everybody I'm talking to is not really bothered. Like they're not really showing much interest. Okay, so it can be that, because this can be like a swipe left, swipe right. Okay, and it's like, well, I'm not committed, because if I was committed, I wouldn't be doing it. Okay, and well, unless you're dealing with a cheater or a player, but it's kind of like that. Like I'm single and I'm available. I want to talk. I'm here to talk. Okay, but why suddenly this? But then Jekyll and Hyde, up and down, in and out. Okay, feeling bad, feeling good. Good days, bad days. Good days, sunshine. Good days, sunshine. Let's see. Good days, sunshine. Good days, sunshine. Let's see. Aquarius for the next 48. Even if I can just give you some of my energy to cheer you up. But no, Aquarius, not so fast. Fast and furious. Someone has got too much mouth, too much to say. Too much. They got too much to say here. That's why the other person's like, I've got nothing to say to you anymore. I've got nothing to say to you anymore, because you're too objective. You're always regretting. You're always objecting. I am going to object against what you're doing or saying. I've got something to say about it. No one gives a fuck. Here. Right. Sorry, people, if you're a very objective person, but man, y'all got 2 5s. I mean, what's going on here? Is it Sag or Taurus or Life Path 5? I don't know. Could be, could not be. Like, fuck knows. Someone's like really indecisive. Like, how can you meet someone, because you probably don't want to here, how can you meet someone when you're like this? Like, when you're like this, and you have such a temper, okay, and you're argumentative, whoever, Trevor, but like, it astonishes me where it's kind of like, because this cannot, surely, Gary or Tina, or someone from Ireland, surely, or Lee, or Laura, or Lucy, or Lucifer, surely cannot be someone that's single, that you've just met, like a new person. If you just meet this person and all of a sudden they start fucking flipping out and screaming at you, and you've only just met them, what the fuck, man? Y'all want to run for the hills. Yeah, Forest, Cockfrost, right? You need to shut your mouth. Yeah, but like, you know, there's such a temper, like, and it's kind of like, is it okay to approach you? What, with that attitude? No, it isn't, Dave. It's not safe to approach me. Have you calmed down yet? No. No, I ain't. Like someone's just trying to get back into someone's good books, right? You know, if I can just worm my way back into your good books. But I digress. If you've got multiple energies of, say, like, you know, you've got like Aquarius or Leo in your chart, right? And your ex has as well. You're both in this reading. One of you may be suffering more than the other one. Okay. One is suffering. The other one isn't suffering so much because they're out there. They're putting themselves out there as free as a bird and thinking, okay, I am not in prison. Get out of jail free from London, right? I'm free to do what I want. Bam, I'm single. I'm moved on from my past. So I'm as cushy as the day comes. I'm just looking to slap me meat, right? There, right? Good vibration. But then you've kind of got this energy of where someone isn't so happy with the other person being able to move on as quickly maybe as the other one is, right? Now, when you do tarot cards, they can sound, because it's our job to make it sound very dramatic, okay? It might not be very dramatic at all. They're minor little cards, right? It's probably just like, I'm just getting over it, bruv. It's just, you know, is what it is, Dave. Does what it says on the tin, right? Oh my fuck. Oh my fuck. I mean, sorry. 2 5s just come flying straight over the cuckoo's nest, bruv, here. 2 5s. I mean, is someone married, trying to get divorced? Because if it is, hurry up, because you're messing up Aquarians' readings here. Someone here is married to this lunatic and enjoys it. Like, enjoys it. Like, yeah. This is like the family from hell. Like the marriage that's a nightmare on Elm Street. Could be Freddy, or if your name's Kruger, let me know. But like Nightmare on Elm Street, right? It unless you live down Elm Street. But this is a shit show. People do live in these circumstances, right? They're like, yeah, we're married. Yeah, we spend more time apart than what we do together because we actually don't love each other at all. We just shout and bicker, and we love it because the other one's as arrogant as I am, Gary. So they just shout, bicker and scream and have a go at one another, get highly tempered, have a go. You all right? What's for tea? Can make it yourself. All right? Brilliant. I know people like it. They love it. Because if they didn't love it, they would do it, right? Now, it could be a Steve. Now, why would you love here? What is love? What is love? Is it something that hurts you, love? Of course it isn't, right? Ask yourself the question, Aquarian. Is love something that hurts? No. Love is something that loves you, right? So if love hurts, what's going on here? If love hurts. If it's supposed to hurt, then what, are you in love? Or are you just getting over it? Or are you lusting after someone that you don't trust? Trust is broken, so that's not love, right? Love does not hurt. Love holds no bounds, okay? Love doesn't question. Love doesn't get frustrated or anything else, okay? So if you are in a circumstance where this seems to be love, it isn't. It isn't. It's frustration and living tactics. It's a tactic to just get by. I'm getting by day, maybe financially, money, and I'm only just ticking by day. And it's a frustration having to work so hard to get what I want. Okay, very frustrating to get what I want. Don't forget year 7. Year 7 tells us the Tower, the Chariot, investments of money, 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, illusion. So it means expense rates, okay, the rates going up, housing rates, which means electric, water, gas, doubled in price, the Tower, the economy crashing. You lot don't get paid, I don't get paid. I suffer, you suffer. Everybody suffers. Car payments need making. I need to make bread and butter. The electric, the gas and the bills are all going up, but my wages are going down. What's been taken from me? Why can't nobody... A lot of people are suffering where people are not watching YouTube. What's happening? They're all been taken. 7 of Swords. Okay. You took away my dignity. You've split up with me. You took away my pride, my joy, blah, blah, blah. You took away my children, okay? Fighting over exes. Why do you want my child and not want them and then want them? You took away the biggest part of me. They are a part of me also. Not just you, but they are also a part of me. We were married at one point and now we're arguing. So that's not love. That is hatred. You've done yourself to the point where you hate this person. So ask yourself, why is it that you are still dealing with that person? Now, if you say to me, Steve, it's because they have to keep coming back to see the children. No, they don't. No, they don't at all. Because you go to social services. You do not allow them around your house. But they own it. Well, suck it up, buttercup. Sorry, I'm being very harsh and wagging the finger here. But like, you know, if you have children and you get married, strap yourself in, okay? Because if it goes drastically wrong, like this reading here is definitely showing, you'll have more arguments than little to contend with because of until the children are old enough to look after themselves. And then the trouble is, those children will probably have grandchildren. And then the grandchildren, you will fight the ex-husband or wife then to do with access to the grandkids. And I don't want him seeing her because you're with someone new. And I don't like him in your life because you used to be with me. And now the child isn't coming to see you because I don't want my grandchild over there with him or her. Blame. Blame. It goes on like a scratched fuck record. It does. Okay. It's not for Christmas. A dog or a marriage isn't for Christmas. It's forever, Trevor. That's even if you get divorced, it's forever. Because whatever is left behind is what keeps you going. Money, divorcee, the money, the house, the home, the bills, the job, the kids. There's always something left behind. Okay? So, how do we accomplish getting over that? Well, social service if you haven't. Stop having them around the house or the home. Stop communicating with them. Block the person. Stop watching the person. If it's someone that's watching an ex, stop watching the ex. Stop winding yourself up. Okay. Being more concerned about someone else than yourself. Let's see. So what is this Five of Pentacles? This is why, I love kids. I used to work with children. I am so good with kids. I really am so good with kids. They look at me like fascinated. I used to think that children used to see my aura for some reason. Because when I was like 16, 17, 18, that kind of, I used to go out to Boozer and sit there with like my working men's club with my father and mum. We used to sit around. I used to have a Diet Coke, sit around. People used to come in with their kids, and the kids used to like, and he's like, Stephen, they just keep like looking at you, and they're like fixing. I'm like, what do you want, baby? Like in that film, right? What do you want, baby? Right? But like I used to like, they just seem to like be like attracted to something, and I used to think, is it my, can they see something that I can't? But I wouldn't have my own kids. I wouldn't have my own children. That's why I didn't. I never did. My dad bred that into me. Son, never have children. Just get a dog. It's much easier. Don't have children. Now, a lot of you are going to say, but I love my kids and I would do anything for my children. Great. And that is brilliant. Me, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have my own children. I'd be a stepfather, but I wouldn't have my own kids. Like, But like, if you've had children and blah, 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 and you're going through a divorce settlement and all this stuff, it's probably just making it all that harder to detach. Okay. Now, you should not be finding this hard to detach from this person. With all of this. With all of this, who's struggling to detach from this person? When you look at it, whether this be past or present energy, who wants to live in a house like this? Nobody. Who wants to be in a relationship like this? Nobody. And if your answer is yes, then you need to wake the fuck up, because this is just like a who wants to live like that? Who wants to be like that? anybody? Of course not. Your answer should not be yes. Shouldn't be yes. So you definitely shouldn't be wanting this person, but you should also not be blaming the person either. You should have just moved on naturally, or Natalie. You should have naturally just skipped along your merry little way. And I don't mean those people in denial in the comments that are like, ha, yeah, because that's my nut, blah, blah, blah. And they did, ha, ha, ha. And I can tell you a mile off that you're still going through it. You're just in denial. Sorry, but I have a great bullshit detector, okay? You know, and like, you know, in the comments like, yeah, well, they said and they did and blah, blah, blah. They'll never get someone like me because he chat on me and left me and he's an arsehole and he went with some other woman or man. Well, you shouldn't be upset about that. You should be counting your blessings that you don't have to deal with it. Now, if you don't feel that way, it's because you're still going through it. You're learning to be more masculine, to more tough, to more harder. Okay, it isn't about being soft all the time. It's about knowing how to be more masculine oriented. Like I said, we all need men because masculine energy is the way that shows dominance, but it has a balance between it because it needs infrastructure. Everybody needs a dick, okay, to be able to make something grow. Okay, and if we want to stand tall and we want to make things grow and we need that like that, then we need some power and we need some strength, right, Aquarian? So everybody needs a man, but it depends on what man y'all get, okay? Depends on how many fish are in the sea, Lucy. Now, that is a life coach, not one of these people that spat and cry. Right? Sorry. I've got no idea where this is coming from. And what I'm trying to do, the reason why I love my job, right? The reason why I love my job is because I'm trying to get you guys to understand, like, being strong, being up here strong, okay? Because if whatever I say at any point, if that really hurts here, that's going to definitely hurt here, 100%, right? You got to be very strong-minded and very strong-willed within one's heart here to realize about being stable. When you know, regardless that you're a stable person, it doesn't matter what anybody says about you because you know that you're a very stable guy or a character. You know you are, okay? It's not like, tit for tat, right? It's just that I don't really give a shit. I'm sorry, but I don't care. Oh, so you don't care about my feelings? No, not really, no. I don't, no, I'm sorry, but I don't. Now, it depends, like I said, it really does depend on the circumstance at hand, but like I said, that is how you end up, is to the point where you are more hardened within your feelings and the structure of you, of how you carry yourself in life, okay? Life is very difficult, okay? And the way you carry yourself around in life is that you just go away minding your own business, okay? And eventually you meet someone that's worthy. Because if this person thinks that this person is unstable, like I said, you shouldn't want this person then. If they're unstable, you shouldn't want them, okay? So there you go, guys. There's just a bit of entertainment. Now, your whole reading is over on Patreon, okay? A weekly reading. So it's a full table spread. Every single card clarified, telling you what's coming up about love, money. It's a lot of this. It's a lot of, I don't know what is going on with you. I have double Aquarian and I'm loving life, feeling great. So I don't know, this could be something coming up or it could be the other person or someone around you that's really struggling at this point. Okay, but whichever way it is, that reading that really does help me out if you join is over on Patreon. That's the silver tier or the gold tier. The gold tier, I've just pinned the gold, the teaching videos. There's 63, I think, all in one playlist, pinned to the top. If you're a gold tier member, all you have to do is just click on the first video and a whole list of teaching videos come up that you can just flick through to your heart's content. You no longer have to scroll through Patreon to find each and individual one. They're all put in a playlist and you have the link to it, but you have to be a gold member. If you want to join, the button below on YouTube, and you don't want to go anywhere, but you do just want to help me out, it's like $2 or $3, okay? It's very cheap. You get to join, you get a hieroglyphic name that comes up, a star that changes colour the longer you stay on. You get access to like stickers and God knows what else. But then you also get extended readings when I do collective readings that I'm going to do more of. Those extended readings will only go to the people that have joined, so you'll get to see those. But the main part is that you also get to ask me any question that you wish to when you are a member and I go live. So I'll go live, and everybody that's in the chat will have a green special things, part of Steve's crew. Steve, I'm obviously on here because I've paid. Can you give me a question, response, answer? Tarot related or non-tarot related? Can you explain something a little bit to me? Okay, because I'm not quite understanding something. How do I do this? How do I become this? Can you ask the tarot a question? All that sort of stuff. So because you've paid your $2 or $3, you'll get those. You don't have to pay any more. Okay, so that's how I'm doing things from now on. So all links are provided below. Thanks very much, Aquarian. Like I said, your Aquarius readings or anything like that will be done a day or 2 days probably prior to whatever you get on here. You'll have it in advance, okay? And you'll get the reading that you don't see on here. So the camera is down and everything is clarified and you get to see the cards and it's just done all in one reading, okay? That's each week. Okay, guys, thanks very much. Really do appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.